Hi, and welcome to this episode of how to make transparent text. You might be using it for creating thumbnails, or you might be using it in your videos. As you can see here, this is an example of kind of a before and after I've made before the video to show you what you should be ending up with by the end of this tutorial. So as you can see, you've got these bold lettering with the buildings kind of fading through the letters in the background. And that's the kind of thing we're going to be working towards. So this could be anything. This could be any kind of landscape. This one's just a city, so I've written New York just because it's kind of obvious as to what we're doing. Alright, so if you want to create a new composition or a new file, width 1920 by 1080, so it's HD. And then, of course, grab your image. So I'm just going to use this one. Just copy that in. And paste. Here we go. So just ignore that. I'm going to zoom out. Zoom out a little bit just so I can scale this. I'll do great, and then just move that one up until about there. Okay. So we've got our image in the center, and you can check its center if you press Control A. And then you can align it to the vertical and to the horizontal. Actually, we don't want to align it to the horizontal, we just want it to the vertical. And just click off that. Okay, so you can go ahead and create a new text. So I'm going to call mine New York. There we go. This text is Adobe Clean is the name of the font. If you want to copy that, so you can go ahead and download that from the Adobe website. And then place the text wherever you want. So for this, I'm going to have the bottom of the text flush with the horizon line where the water meets the land. And then I'm just going to scale it across. Oops. I need it a bit bigger this side. Right to touch the edge. And we'll have it to the K, touches the edge as well. Great. And then I'm just going to move that down until that bottom there hits, there we go, meets the horizon line. And that is tall enough to meet the tower there, the top, that's fine. Okay, so we've got our image, and we've got our text. Once you've got these two, you can give them a name. So you can delete it. If you've got a background layer, you can just delete that. So unlock it and then click delete. So I'm going to change that to background BG. So what you do now, select both of those layers, Control Shift and click, right click and duplicate at the top there. Yeah. You can just leave them as copy for now. And then those two drag underneath, and you can kind of make those two layers invisible. The top layers, we're not going to need them just now. So we've got a text. If you right click that and click rasterize type, and then drag it underneath the background copy, and then select the background copy and click layer, and then create clip and mask. And what that does, it looks at the white layer underneath, and everything that's white it lets through. So it's all the white text, and let everything through from that image that was of the white color. And that's what a clip and mask is. So once you've done that, we need that to stay that way. So if you then shift select both, right click and merge those layers. Now you can change the name of this to New York, and then I'm going to call it transparent because this is the transparent text. Okay, and you can turn these both back on, put that to the top, and you can kind of see, there you go, it sits just flush. So that text is now just that image. So that's kind of a tutorial in itself, because that can be useful for many things, but we're going to take this a little bit further. So Control Z, put that back. Okay, just the two text layers, just make them invisible for now. Actually, just before we do, I'm just going to show you something quickly. So what we're looking for is to have the transparent layer kind of like that. So I'm just using the eraser there to get rid of the text. So we've got the white text coming through with the New York original layer underneath the text layer with the buildings on top coming through. So I'm just going to give this an outer glow just so it makes it a bit more obvious. So we've got this kind of effect here where it's got a glow with the New York text white background, and that's going to eventually look like that. You see those hints coming through. Okay, so what we need to do is just going to Control Z that, actually go one forward, edit, redo. What we need to do is kind of cut out the buildings from this layer, and the easiest way to do that is to make these two layers invisible, so you've just got the background. And over on the left side we've got a quick selection tool, probably want that about 25, and just very roughly left click and hold and drag and just kind of grab the outside of the buildings or whatever it is that you're looking to remove from the text layer. And for the first pass we're just going to get a rough kind of cut of what's there, not going into detail, just roughly going around the buildings and grabbing the edges. Okay, so we definitely don't need this water, so if we hold Alt it'll turn it to minus sign and it kind of gets rid of what you've selected. So I just want to get rid of this water because I only want the buildings. So that's roughly got me the line, but I'm going to go ahead and make that a bit more accurate. Feel free to go back, deselect and select as you need to get that line nice and straight and have a perfect selection. For you it might not matter too much, but for the end result this will matter. So I'm just going to make that nice and straight, kind of straight enough. Okay, and then I'm going to go around the buildings. I'm going to make this slightly smaller. I'm going to select all the bits it's missed, and then deselect all the bits that it's picked up that I don't want it to pick up. So go ahead, just grab all the edge of these buildings, and I'll go ahead and fast forward this process so it doesn't take too long. Okay, so that should now be all of what I need. It's got a pretty good outline of the buildings, and I haven't selected too much of the sky or the water. Okay, so once you've picked your outline, what you're next going to need to do is press Control C, so that will copy that shape. Open up a new layer, Control Shift N, hit Enter, Control V. Okay, and now you'll just get rid of that. You will have those buildings. What I am going to do is just quickly clean up that bottom edge. I'm just going to straighten it out. There we go, that's nice and flat. Okay, put the background back in. But what we need to do is use this shape for another clipping mask from this text. So if you double click the layer, in fact I'll give it a name first. I'm going to cut out, double click the layer, color overlay, click color, and change it to white. Has to be white, can't be black by the way. Change it to white. Okay. So we've changed the properties of this layer. So if you can Control Shift N, create a new layer, enter, doesn't matter, don't give it a name, and then just merge those two together, and that resets the layer. So now it's deleted all the history from that previous layer. Okay, and then go ahead and place it underneath your transparent text, which is this. Click the top layer, click layer, and create clipper mask. And now you just get those buildings. Turn these two back on. Kind of looks a little bit of a mess. So if you click the layer from where it says transparent, double click that, and bring the white of the blend IF down. See how that white disappears? Just a touch, just for it to disappear. Too far and the picture will start to erode. Just one click down from where it disappears. There we go. Click OK. And then from there, go ahead and merge those two layers together. Okay, now so we're almost there. We've got the buildings, we've got the white text, but there's a few little bit stray bits. So the best way is just to grab the eraser, put it on hard, bring it down a bit. Select that layer and just get rid of any, oops, select the layer and just get rid of any of those bits you don't need. Whoa, wrong one. So just rasterize that text layer, and then you can get rid of those horrible white bits that you don't need, like that. Perfect. Okay, so that's the behind text, that's the buildings at front. So now with the top layer, double click it, click outer glow, and you get this nice glow to your lettering, like that. You can change the spread, how far you want it, the size. So I keep mine quite low, just so it's there, but it's not too much in your face, just like that. Perfect. And then come to your eraser tool, put it on a soft brush, fairly big, probably about 400 or 500. Okay, that's about right. And then what you want to do is combine these two layers, or merge these two layers, and just, that's probably a bit too much, zoom out, and just get in the bottom of that layer with the eraser, like that. And then with a solid brush, just get these last little bits, whoops, on the water's edge, which I don't want. Perfect. Yeah. And that is how you create see-through text using an image. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. That's just the same image, just a different look. Leave them in the comment section below and I'll try and get back to you. Make sure you subscribe for all the future tutorials, there's more coming up. Give the video a like, and thanks for watching.